Hello and welcome to the Armchair Pundits Manchester United post-match review show. It's your boy Monts. Before I get into this, I want you guys to just do one favour for me. I need you to click that subscribe button. I need you to click follow, click that notification button, follow us on all our platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X. I feel like we got away with one, to be honest. No, in truth, it was more a game of two halves. And I think we were lucky that Crystal Palace don't have the quality up front that other teams may possess. In the first half, United were lethargic. We were second to everything. We had no intensity. We were missing challenges and just making loads of mistakes, especially defensively. The only person that was pretty much on song, other than conceding the penalty, was Lemens. He didn't really put too much of a foot wrong. It was a tough watch because the first glimpse of goal came in under a minute for United. A throw-in came in, flick on, Casemiro gets there at the back stick. He has two bites at the cherry, as they say, and Henderson managed to make a double save and keep it 0-0. But that's all, really. And I would argue that United players were doing things in the wrong places. Bruno receiving the ball in the middle of the park, tries to turn out. Wharton closes him down, shuts it off, nicks the ball off of him. Bruno then tries to get back up and slips. That Wharton releases the ball and they basically pass the ball to the edge of the box for, I think it's Kamara, to have a free hit on goal. That wasn't the only free hit. Wharton also had a chance that came in from a throw-in for Crystal Palace. United didn't clear the lines properly. Wharton's on the edge and he has a volley right down Lemens' throat. And it was more of the same. I think Mateta had a chance where straight off of a Henderson kick, ball gets lofted over the defence. De Ligt tries to clear his lines pretty much. Doesn't get enough height on it. In fact, he just doesn't header it properly at all. Hits Yoro, who's running towards our goal, and who's in behind? Mateta. Lucky for us, Mateta didn't really have his shooting boots on, and you could argue that he's not in form at the moment. Yoro basically closes him down and he steers it wide. And there was a lot of pressure in, say, the first 20 minutes, which was really hard to watch because I felt like it was the aftermath of the Everton loss. We still hadn't shaken it off. That's what it felt like to me, to be quite honest to you. So yeah, half an hour in, Euro out of character, I'd argue, because he's probably been one of the better defenders since the beginning of the season. There's Wharton gets a pass back to goal. He does a reverse pass to Mateta, who's in the box. Mateta opens up his body, takes a touch. Euro turns and tries to get a foot in or missteps or whatever it is. He basically puts something on Mateta. If I'm honest, I think Mateta bought the penalty. But, if a defender's going to be clumsy in that space, then, you have every right. Anyway, they won a penalty. Mateta has 2 goals at it. The first goal came off of his standing foot, so it was a double tap. He buried that one. He gets a chance to retake. Puts it on the other side, buries that one as well. So it ended up being 1-0. After the goal, I'm not too sure why. Maybe I missed it. But Nketiah came on for Sarr. And he pretty much had a chance not too long after coming on. Ball gets played over the top. It looked like it was a United corner or free kick. Ball gets played over the top. The Ligt running across. He slips and Nketiah is pretty much running from the halfway line, free as a bird, towards our box. Shaw's coming running across and Nketiah, as he takes a strike, Shaw managed to get his body in front and a superb block from Shaw. And yeah, there was a lot going on for Crystal Palace in that first half. Not a lot going on for United. A lot of things that you'd want to just scrub off and say, don't want to see that, don't want to talk about it. But in honesty, we needed to really get in at half time and really have a conversation about where's the intensity, where's the purpose, where's the aggression. Are we going to attempt to get to the first ball? Can we focus and not make mistakes in dangerous areas and just, really turn around the decision making? So halftime is now up. United come back out. And I'd like to say that as soon as the whistle was blown, I could see there was an extra bit of vigour, a little bit more intent about the way we were playing. And the first chance came for us winning a foul from an Nketiah petulant tripping. He didn't really look too happy about that, but so it go. Bruno stands over the free kick. He floats one in. Zirkzee with a superb chest turn volley. 1-1. Absolute superb goal. Great timing as well just after the break. He looked happy for that. I think it's been probably just over a year since he scored for United, to be honest. And if he needed to get a goal, an equaliser would lift you beyond belief. And, with Šeško's currently injured, you'd want to get 1 or 2 goals just so that you're in the mixer of starting number 9. So yeah, anyway, superbly taken. And to be honest, in the first half, Zirkzee wasn't, his touch wasn't as good as what we expect it to be. He weren't really winning headers and so on. So when he was first to this ball, I was a little bit apprehensive as to what is he going to do next. But yeah, right decision, buried it, 1-1. And a very, very tight angle, to be honest with you. I went past a load of players. But yeah. So I feel like Euro's misery then got cemented by being subbed off after the Zirkzee goal. And Mazraoui came on. Trusted Mazraoui. Not too long after Mazraoui had come on, we started to get a little bit more control in the middle of the park. Because to be honest with you, in the first half, we were just getting dominated. We were getting overrun, and we didn't really look athletic in there at all. So we needed to get some kind of control. And we won a foul on the edge of the box. Bruno again steps up. I can see Mount stepping over, and I'm thinking to myself, is Mount going to crack one? Because Mount can do free kicks. Bruno's definitely the guy, but Mount can do free kicks. Mount steps up. Bruno steps up. Bruno slides it to Mount, bangs it through the wall, and beats Henderson. 2-1 United. Now after that, and I believe that's Mount's first goal this season. Yes, it is Mount's first goal this season as well. Yeah, so well done to Mount. Now after that, I think like the highlight for me for the remainder of the game was that we got to see 10 minutes of Martinez. So he's back from injury. We're obviously just, slowly but surely just transitioning him back into full game and full fitness, which is great to see. So I know they said that we probably wouldn't see him before, Christmas, but he's obviously been working hard. So well done, Martinez. Good to see you back, Lachi. But yeah, 2-1 United, and we're closing the game out. There was a moment just before full time where I feel like every United fan would have been on the edge of their seat thinking, oh, here we go, this is going to be a draw. And with United's current away form, you'd argue that, and the way Crystal Palace started the game and the chances that they had, you'd argue that a draw would have been a fair result. We had Crystal Palace on the edge of our box. It was a poor challenge from Casemiro. The midfield of Crystal Palace turned Casemiro and he's made a clumsy challenge on the edge. Crystal Palace has stepped up and they had a shot on goal, but it couldn't even beat the wall. So for me, the whistle blows 30 seconds after that. You got to celebrate. I mean, that was the battle of the 3-4-3s, and United are obvious winners. Now, I can't say that I'm happy with the overall performance. Oh, no, by far, I'm really not. But I am happy that we turned around the first half performance, in fairness. We looked like a shell of ourselves in the first half. We didn't look interested at all. But second half, there was definitely a conversation had at half time, and there was some purpose when we stepped out. Now, I'm looking for us to build from here, because with the home form the way that it has been, and the away form now slowly but surely picking up, us sitting in 6th place, is something that I wouldn't even predicted, to be quite honest with you, because the teams around us, the Arsenals, the Cities, these guys are getting results, and Chelsea even. These guys are getting results, and we were just struggling to really find form, but we've obviously found it at the right time. I think we're 7th place, 6th or 7th place. I think we're 7th place now on them points. And we're getting goals, which is important. The new goalkeeper that we've got in and we've introduced, he's also looking like a presence, and he's definitely dominating his box more often than not. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to West Ham now. If I'm not mistaken, they lost to Liverpool today. So, hopefully we can capitalise on that. I think Paqueta got a red card, so they're going to be lacking the creative maverick they have in the middle. So, yeah, United should be able to get another 3 points from the West Ham game. Look, you got to beat who's in front of you. You've got to take 3 points where you can. 21 points, 8 points off of the top, and 2 or 3 points out of the Champions League places. I'll have that all day. I'll have that all day. Now I'm going to go on and give some of the ratings for the players today. I feel like if I was rating it on the first half, I think everyone outside of Shaw is probably going to get a 3 because they were non-existent. I will just say though, on the 3-4-3 that I spoke about earlier on, we have to make sure that our danger men are involved more than they were today and even last week. Mbeumo and Ahmad didn't really do as much as I would expect them to do against Crystal Palace. They didn't really get the ball in the right positions neither. So I feel like as a team, collectively, we definitely need to do some work on that to kind of give us an opportunity to really start making some ground on the rest of the pack that's sitting above us currently. So yeah, outside of that, 3 points on the road, can't complain. So here's the ratings. I'm going to give Lemens a 6. He didn't do anything outstanding in the second half. First half, he was superb. But other than the penalty they conceded, there wasn't much for him to do. So I'm going to give him a 6. Euro, probably the worst game I've seen him play in a while. I've got to give him a 5. He conceded the penalty. There was a few mistakes in there today from him. A couple of missed time headers and stuff like that. So I feel this is going to be one of them games he wants to chalk off. Delit, steady 7 for me. Although he did have 1 or 2 mistakes in him, he definitely recovered from those very quickly and made sure that, after the goal that Crystal Palace scored, he was throwing his body on the line for everything. Luke Shaw, he was probably my second best player on the pitch today. Played a full-blooded game today. He made loads of blocks. He was aggressive, high up the pitch. And that's the kind of Luke Shaw I want to see. And to be honest, he's finding form at the right time, especially as Martinez is coming back. So they'll be fighting for places, which I can't wait to see. Dalot, I got to give Dalot a 7. He didn't do much wrong today. He delivered the ball in the box a few times. He definitely created a couple of opportunities and he won a few fouls. That's probably the best game I've seen him play all season, and long may it continue, because up to now I haven't seen the Dalot that I know and I kind of enjoyed last season or even the season before. My man of the match was Bruno. Definitely gets an 8. Although he did he made 1 or 2 mistakes, he made up for it with the 2 assists that he had today. And as usual, he's the one that we got to look to create us something. And that's exactly what he did. So Bruno, he gets an 8. Casemiro, I'm going to give Kazi a 7. He was a nuisance in the opponent's box, and he was a wall to some degree. He had it hard in the first half, but I personally believe he made up for it in the second. So I'm going to give him a 7. Ahmad, to be honest with you, this is probably his worst game in a United shirt. Not the worst game, that's probably a bit unfair. he didn't really get the service today, so I don't feel like we saw the best of him. So for me, I'm going to give him a 6 because it wasn't really a game that I thought, rah, he had loads of chances, or, you know, we should have done better with what Ahmad produced. He didn't produce nothing for me today, so Ahmad, he's going to get a 6. In Bumo, I'm going to have to give him a 6 also. He got a yellow card early on, didn't really get the service that you would want a danger man like him to get, so he was almost ineffective. So that's going to be a 6 from me. Mount, got a goal, high energy, lots of quality out there from him, and he definitely deserved a goal today, so I'm going to give him a 7. Zirkzee, definitely better than the first half. I feel like the goal was well deserved, and, you know, short of all the bodies that he had in front of him to kind of get it, have the composure to chest it and put it past the keeper like that, you've got to give the man a round of applause. So Zirkzee, for me, I'm going to give him a 7. Now, the subs that came on, Mazraoui didn't put a foot wrong when he came on for Euro, and he played probably best part of 40 minutes. For me, well, probably, yeah, just short of 40 minutes. For me, he gets a 7. Martinez played for about 10 minutes, didn't have much to do, but I'm going to give him a 6 because, again, he didn't really have much to do. Dorgu and Mainu came in injury time, and I'm not going to really rate them because, again, they barely touched the ball. But yeah, 3 points on the road, 7th place, and it's all for the taking. We're not far off the Champions League neither. Like I said, guys, it's all about belief. And right now, you've got to believe in United. Make sure you leave in comments. Tell me who you think your best player was. Give me your opinion on who you think's the best 3-4-3 between Crystal Palace and United. Glasner and Amorim. Do you think United deserved the win today? Do you think United were lucky not to concede and get a draw? Talk to me. But yeah, we're here all season. I look forward to hearing from you. Up to United. Peace.